welcome back to Pirate Adventures, everybody. Where we last left off, there was a heavily emotional funeral that went on with Aramil, who pretty much none of you knew, apart from Gruzeel.
And even
a
then,
few
like,
clues.
you know, not that
And even then, Gruzeel knew him like maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And there were some clues left to his whereabouts before his untimely death. And you met a dear friend of Kethra's called Taska, a druidic lizard folk who appeared on her little boat and nearly got crushed into by dear Alarias. And we are here, near the end of the burning of the pyre. You are still all on the island. What would you like to do?
I wanted to. I mean, how long has the fire been out for, or is it still going?
It's literally just the burning embers now. It's quite hot.
Okay. I want to pick up that metal, the Navarite.
Okay.
When I can, obviously. I'll wait until it's appropriate to do so.
Okay. While the embers are still quite hot, Taska
Actually, could I put some sand over it? That should help.
Yeah.
Cool,
You
it
can
with
chuck sand over it.
Cool
Yeah.
it with
Okay.
sand.
Chuck some sand over. It begins to cool a little bit quicker. It's still quite hot in there, but you can see that it's darkened in color. It's no longer just a hot red.
Mm-hmm.
Taska, at this moment in time, goes to you, Kethra, and says that she must go. And she says her goodbyes and says that she'll keep an eye out for anything she can find. Dives into the water, swims over to her boat, and you can see in the distance she sails north.
Cool.
Now, Gruzeel, when this eventually cools down, it's still a little hot to the touch, but you can pick up the metal.
Yeah.
And if you want to put it in your notes as anything, you can put it in as a charred metal rod.
Cool. Yeah. That's my equipment there.
Is there anything anybody else would like to do at this point?
I'm gonna talk to Tim.
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
how are you feeling?
Somber.
Any other feelings?
None that would be respectful to express.
Fair enough. What's your thoughts about Umbra still?
Just came in and heard that, but that's fine.
I think. I mean, obviously he's angry, but I think he still needs time to process. I think he would understand. He would recognize that he still needs time to process.
We won't be working together in the near future, that's for sure.
Are you against him still being a part of our crew?
No, I still believe he is skilled.
Because you can speak truthfully here, Tim. If you are our priority here, as out of us here. If it's you or Umbra, it's you, not Umbra. But if you can coexist, then that will be a benefit to everybody. But it's not. It shouldn't be for the sacrifice of your feelings.
Thank you, Kethra. I will bear that in mind. I will think on it and return to you.
Thanks, Tim. I'll be appreciative of your thoughts.
Okay. Alarias, is there anything you wanted to do?
How big's this island we're on?
It's not huge. It's kind of a long strip of sand. Apart from at one end where you found a lot of the wood, there's almost kind of a fountainy kind of pond and stumps where you took the wood for your fire.
And after some water from.
And
Yeah,
and some water from as well. It was fresh enough water. You can tell it probably came in from the leaves and rainwater, so it was all right enough, and there was enough rocks there to make sure it wasn't overly contaminated.
So there's no other kind of resources in the area?
No, not really. Not unless you decided to do some beach fishing.
No, I think we're going to be heading off in a sec anyway. I'll just let people do what they need to.
Tim, is there anything you wanted to do while after the conversation or before?
No, I don't think so. No remains at all from Aramil, right? Ash.
Sorry. Yeah, it's all ash.
That's fine.
really. I'm trying to think. I believe it would all be ash.
Yeah.
There's the rod that Gruzeel's picked up,
Mhm.
and
Don't think anything else would have.
nothing
Stuff
else
got taken away
would
from
have
them.
survived. Oh, actually,
Shield, like the sword stump.
he got rid of his sword.
I'm just thinking of the things that Aramil
Actually,
would have.
there is one thing that has survived. There is a totem. It was a totem necklace. It's made of wood, so it should have burned, but it survived.
I thought all that stuff got given to Umbra because he took his bag.
Not on his clothes, necessarily.
Okay, fair enough.
The totem was something he was wearing.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure Umbra took off the clothes that he needed to take off, but he didn't take off anything he didn't need to take off. Or am I wrong, Umbra?
Sorry, say that again?
I think I just.
So if he was wearing a necklace, would you have taken that off as well?
Yeah, I would have put it in the pile. It was in like a tidy pile.
Okay, never mind.
No,
Nothing's
but
there.
it would have been collected by Kethra when she took the body.
Okay, because he
For a
was
dignified-
buried with his sword, with his staff and shield. So I was assuming he was clothed.
For a dignified burial.
So basically, yeah, I would have piled up everything on the body, in that pile. Yeah.
Okay. So Tim, there is a totem there that should have burned but hasn't, and it is a bear, and then an owl, and then a eagle.
I think I would leave it.
Good to know. Umbra, what are you doing in the brig while everybody seems to be off the ship?
How long's it been? that I've been in the
So
Last week.
I'm going to say probably an hour in you realise that nobody else is there. And it's
Nobody
literally just maybe
major.
like... Pardon?
Nobody major, I'd say.
No, yeah, nobody major is there. You can kind of hear Tiff zipping around up on the deck above you. You can't really hear anyone else apart from the odd set of footsteps.
Okay, so if it's only been an hour,
So it's been an hour, and then after that, it's been probably about a few hours, like 4 or 5 hours.
4
What
or
I'm saying
5.
is, like, from an hour in, you realise that you're pretty alone, and then it's like 4 or 5 hours after that.
Takes a while to burn through a body.
It takes a lot to burn through a
So-
body.
So the thing I'm thinking is, Umbra's going to start getting extremely flustered because he's not near the brain. He doesn't like being away from it.
He is near the brain.
Well,
but,
he's
like,
near the.
he needs
It's
to-
in the bag. You can see the bag.
He's
No,
not near
It
enough.
doesn't like that. It needs
Okay.
to be on him.
Needs to be able to touch it.
So what's keeping him in the?
Isn't it wooden? Is it? Steel?
It's a wooden brig, which is locked, I believe.
Yes.
But you are
kind
not
of
shackled.
lock is it?
What the
Can't
lock?
say that again.
What kind of lock is it?
Standard metal lock.
It'll be a standard iron padlock.
Man, if you break out
Just
of
thinking
that,
when you start.
It sends the very. You're
you're
saying
in
anything.
dangerous territory.
I'm not going to say anything because it might change.
You are not there.
Okay.
I think he'll wait for now, but he's like running like a temperature. He's like looking pretty ill. Like he's making himself through. He's making himself ill in agitation. So he's not going to last much longer.
Okay. It's reminded. It's going to be quite a few. Like it's been a few hours now. Like it would have been a few hours.
So sorry, it's been about.
It'll be
6 hours
6
total.
in total before you hear boarding.
As in then coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say he's got another 2 hours before he cracks. So yeah, let's hope someone comes in the next 2 hours.
Okay.
It is my goal to speak to Umbra next when we get
Okay.
on the board.
Well, as you get back onto the ship, what does everybody want to do? Elena has been at the helm and sort of walking around the top deck to check everything's all right. Tiff, as per, running around everywhere. Berry gets back on board with you and starts bringing the longboat back on.
Gruzeel will be taking the metal to his room, setting it on his desk. In his spare time, which I guess wouldn't be yet, he's going to be inspecting it because he wants to try and figure out what it. He feels that it's not not normal metal.
Yeah.
Because it should have been a lot more damaged, I guess, than it was.
Or less.
Or less.
Oh yeah, sorry. So he wants to inspect what it is and to see if he can sell it for a pretty, more money.
Okay.
He has to identify it though. Obviously, he can't sell something he doesn't know.
Makes sense. I
Can
can
we see
definitely
the
see that.
world map, please?
You may see the world map. Let me bring you onto the world map. Oh god, the way these map navigations are sucks so much.
Yeah, man.
Alright, I'm gonna put you onto the black market for a second. Right, there we go.
Yeah, it would be nice to like put them in.
There you go.
It'd be nice to be able to right click on and say move players here.
Yeah.
Like
Why
how hard
not
is that?
do that?
How hard is that? Why do you have to drag a little thing?
I don't mind about the drag functionality, but a right click would be really helpful.
And it's where the ship is an accurate representation.
Hold on. You navigated slightly. You are about here.
And roughly, to get to like the very north parts of the fleet here, how far away is that? Like, is that a week or a few days?
So, when Branimir told you to meet him, he only sort of specified the southwest sea north of the fleet, which could be sort of just around here, around here, around here. But then he said he would communicate with you,
Yeah.
kind of meet you.
That's fine. So, I mean, so there's no pressure for us to leave tonight, so we can basically stay anchored and.
You can stay anchored for one night, yeah,
I mean, we can stay-
comfortably. You've got 4 days left of journey time, basically. No, sorry, you've got 4 days left before he said when to exactly meet you,
Mhm.
and I don't know. You could probably get to around about the right place in 3 days, 2 and a bit days, at full speed. If the wind's really with you, you could get there in 2.
Issue is you kind of that's your buffer gone, in case something happens.
It's up to you.
We're in the right place.
Mm.
Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just trying to. We've got no pressure to leave anyway tonight. At least.
Okay, so everybody's back on board. What would you all like to do? Obviously, I know what Gruzeel is doing. So, Gruzeel, are you just going to go to sleep after that?
What time are we looking at? Yeah.
It's nighttime. It's probably early morning at this
Well,
point.
he's first on shift anyway for the night shift, so he can't go to sleep.
Well, it
so-
depends. If you're travelling, do you?
Oh,
keep
we're
to
not
those
travelling.
rules?
Well, we still need to keep watch, don't we?
Do you want to leave it to an NPC? What do you want to do?
I just figured it would be easier to maintain our normal. Me do the first, Alarias do the second. We may not be sailing, but we're on at least on watch. Something could do, So what we'd probably do is instead of him being on the wheel, he'd go in the crow's nest and stay up there.
Okay. Cool. So you're going to do first watch, and you're going to be in the crow's nest.
Yes.
Okay. What's everybody else doing when they get onto the ship? We'll move on to that in a second.
I'm gonna go speak to Umbra.
Lovely. Before we do that, just quickly, Alarias, is there anything you want to do?
I was probably going to go with the captain. See Umbra.
Great. Tim, what do you want to do?
Tim's gonna sneak back to his quarters.
Okay. Are you going to just go to sleep, or are you doing something?
I think so. He's just lamenting.
Cool. Alarias and Kethra. Umbra, it's probably been about 15 minutes or so since everybody boarded and got the longboat on and everything.
Okay, he's like outstretched on the ground, like facing the brain, and he's like his feathers are like sort of drenched in sweat, and he's kind of like shivering a bit as well. He doesn't really react when people come in. He's just looking at the brain.
Are you wearing goggles? Isn't that really difficult to tell?
I imagine his
I guess,
mask
like-
is pointing at it.
Oh.
Yeah, his mask is like pointing at it, and like his wing is probably a bit outstretched towards it as well, in like a pleading sort of motion.
You can assume.
Yeah.
Hello, Umbra.
Captain, I'm not feeling so well.
It's not fair, is it, Umbra? Feeling ill and feeling poor.
Yes.
Be right back, sir.
I understand. I have erred in my ways, Captain. I wish to make it up to you, the good people of this crew.
You see, Umbra, there's potential in you, Umbra, and I think we need to clarify some ground rules and really help focus your passion at the moment, so that we can get along more harmoniously. Would you say that's fair?
He's gonna have like a racking, horrible cough that kind of like runs through his whole body, and then he'll say, yes, that is most fair of you. Yes, I would be most agreeable to that.
And if the most important thing that is happening at the moment, Umbra, is one of our crew is suffering bad, and I think you are in prime place to help that hurting. Do you understand, Umbra?
My services are required. Is what you're saying?
It is.
Yes, a most an excellent chance for me to prove myself. Yes. What ails the crew member?
Memory issues.
The brain. A delicate subject matter, indeed. You have come to the right person, Captain. I would certainly be able to assist with such an ailment.
And to gain trust with everybody in taking part, I think it's only fair that for the time being, you have to take part in the potion that is being drunk.
I regret to say, a scientist may never compromise themselves. If I had a subject or several. That I may be able to maybe more efficient.
Well, until then, Umbra, you will be the first taster of this solution. Think of it as further incentive to be correct.
I cannot guarantee anything. It is an exact thing.
All the more reason for you to be more certain.
But the nature of my work is that I cannot be certain.
Well, since you're taking the first sip or first dose, you're gonna have to be, aren't you?
To administer the full effects of the potion, the subject must drink all of it. And if something were to happen to me, I am not certain what the results may be.
Well, you can always make 2 potions, 2 doses.
But
And
then,
you can take the one you are least certain in, and the patient have the one that's most certain. At least for now, Umbra. You see, you are the person in the brig, and let's say a rule, shall we, Alarias? Would this be a fair rule? The person in the brig is the experiment.
Well, the person in the brig is always the most expendable. Yeah, I'd agree to that. So, Umbra, you gotta put your money where your mouth is, and
are there no other source? Is there no other source of subjects?
we can't keep bringing out slaves to you.
Not Umbra. As it stands right now, no, there's not. If there is a case in the future, then maybe you can. But right now, do you understand them? But this is a matter of time we've got. Right now, there is nothing we've got to help you in that scenario. You have to be it. It is your duty to gain our trust and to prove yourself worthy of your further experiments down the line. To help us, to help you.
Perhaps I can prove myself in another fashion until we've built up enough trust that you will allow me to experiment on other subjects.
Well, it's time is of the essence to help our ailed crew member. There shall be no delay. This will be your priority right now to do this. Do you understand, Umbra? And until time we have a suitable candidate for you, then maybe that will be agreeable.
Why are we keeping this all confidential? Who's the subject?
It's personal, Alarias.
Okay. No, I respect that, Captain.
It's it brings a great deal of emotion to the subject, and so it's only fair that, at least for now, it's not out in the open. At least I'm aware, and I can relay the required things to Umbra. And at first, Umbra, you will experiment on me.
Wait, say again?
At first, Umbra, you would experiment on me before you are 100% certain it will work.
Are you willing to take that sacrifice, Captain?
Captain, I would not that I don't have confidence in my abilities, but
But he doesn't.
It's a journey we'll go through together, Umbra. You take the first dose, I shall take the second. Together, we will help the crew member in the end.
If the hippocampus, it is a delicate region of the brain. I cannot guarantee what the side effects will be. It may require several iterations to perfect.
Well, you best get pretty good quick, Umbra. The more iterations, the more risk you put to yourself. And to me as well, as it seems.
I must caution against this path.
We will do whatever it takes, Umbra.
Really don't think this is a good idea.
No.
I can't guarantee what will happen.
I know. I'm aware. Kethra is aware. She's seen what you've done to Tim, and she can't. As captain, she can't put that on anyone else apart from herself.
Wow. Crazy.
So that's why it's Umbra and then her. So Umbra, you are incentivized to do your best work, and if this works, you will be able to have a bit more freedom than what you do. But until then, we need to be able to build our trust. Do you
Arthur,
understand?
how? So this is obviously like a brain-related thing, which Umbra is probably the most familiar with out of all the body parts. How difficult do I think this is?
You're talking about a memory loss issue.
Yeah, so the way I imagine it is it would go into the memory region of the brain and kind of like stimulate it.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about a memory loss issue.
Mhm.
This is fucking hard.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say. 'Cause-
Like it's not impossible,
but
and
likely
and
yeah.
your master has done it, but it's fucking hard. Like at this moment in time, you are literally like all you've got is stimulate the hippocampus.
Yeah, this could take quite a few chances. The thing I'm thinking is that this could take quite a few tries to get right.
That's okay.
Thing
And
is,
that could be like horrendous mutations. in the
without
meantime.
subjects that have experienced memory loss, how would you even know that it's worked?
You could like, I'm sure you could start like, he could do like the
You're
equivalent, like,
assuming
CG
that
type
Kethra
thing.
hasn't felt memory loss.
No, I'm just just generally like it's hard.
If you can-
without their head
if-
exploding, oh, that's fine.
Well, if you think about it, if you can tell me 2 days after you were born exactly what you did that day,
Yeah,
Fair.
that's true. Yeah.
like that kind of thing is what I picture. So like recovering memories from very, very young childhood that you don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, that is kind of a memory loss. You don't remember that memory.
Yeah. All right. I accept that. That makes sense.
Who's lost a memory?
No one, well,
A crew member has memory issues
an unnamed crew member.
A crew member.
that.
Okay.
I mean, we all know who it is, OC anyway. But
Yeah.
I see.
Well, I don't.
Don't you? Did you forget?
Listen to the last session.
Fine. Clearly just need to pay more attention.
Fair, I'm going to be discussing that NPC soon anyway.
Okay. Okay. What Umbra's gonna say is he's gonna say, I have another proposition for you, Captain. If you would be willing to hear me out.
I'm open to suggestions.
I have. It is an inferior science by all accounts, but I have some small skill with alchemy and magical tinkering. Perhaps I could produce some items of value for you and your crew to sell. I had much success with selling such items in the past, before there were other complications.
I think that's a good thing to keep in mind, Umbra, but right now we're going to focus on this brain thing. You know?
I'm warning you, this is a really bad idea because it could take several mutations to get right. I
It's
don't think
at the
Umbra-
risk of Umbra and Kethra to go through this.
It's true, but
And
we have to
Umbra
drink
is
the whole
incentivized.
potion. So
Just remember, Umbra, you learn from failure.
Oh my god.
no, this is a horrible idea. Umbra can't.
Is this
I
one
don't
of...
think he can agree to this.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Unless we can find like a source of brains.
Umbra, this is only until we are able to get a suitable subject that is fair to experiment on. We can't experiment on unwilling people or people who don't deserve it. Do you agree, Alarias? Does this sound rational to you, at least?
I mean, to me personally, fucking go for it, because if it works, it helps me. Because that's the one thing I've always wanted to get back my memory. So, it's a win-win in my mind.
You're not only helping, you're helping 2 crew members at once here.
At the same time, I don't 100% trust Umbra. So you're servicing your own goals by helping 2 of us, and then from there you have more freedom, and you have more freedom and more trust within us. So at the moment, what you've done to Tim, you might have to stay in the brig.
Good riddance.
that was a low blow, Umbra.
Another convulsion goes through his body.
Is he still on the ground?
Yeah, he's on the ground. Yeah. He hasn't looked up, by the way. He's just talking.
You may have to stay in the brig, Umbra, if we can't get any trust with you. Do you understand that? It's either help with this potion and be able to see the brain, or...
Okay, so just to be clear, out of character, and it's hard talking Umbra's whispery voice. The deal is that Umbra makes his memory potion, but with each iteration he has to drink it.
As well as Kethra.
But, okay, so... OC, there's only, like, one potion is, like, one person drinks it, and then it has the effect. So it's, like, only one person could drink each potion that Umbra makes.
You'd be able to make, if you're trying to go for what you're going for, you'll be able to make 2 of the same effect, but it will take up the same amount of time as it would to make 2 of different effects.
Right, I get you. Okay. And Kethra and Umbra are both going to drink it together.
Yep.
You sure this is what you want, Kethra? Because I don't know what's going to happen.
This is so going to be a bad idea.
Umbra is incentivized to do it right as quickly as possible.
You're assuming he has control at this point.
So when Kethra mentions brain as well, Umbra's gonna.
This is only until you can say you are as certain as, like, if you can only be 99% certain at all, then that's the max you can get. If you then need to be 99% certain that this is going to work on the crew member.
Will I have access to my brain and the tools I require?
Under supervision, you will.
And the only other question. Okay. He's just gonna give a final warning. A final caution, Captain. But if this is your proposition, then I accept.
Was there a warning in that?
Well, as a final caution that it may take several attempts, but I will of course attempt to minimize iterations, and I also respectfully request any brains you may come across in your travels would be most valuable to my research.
What kind of brains? Fish brains, does that count?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say yeah, because every animal has a hippocampus. So
Yeah, but a fish would be like way too small for you to work on.
well, it's I'm making some allowances because obviously, like in real life, microscopes and stuff.
He's got tinkerer's tools.
Yeah, so I'm just imagining he's got like like his tools. He's just gonna like pick it apart and stuff.
Alright.
So what Umbra will say is, the larger, the better. But any brain will be useful.
Any brain will do.
Wow.
I'm sure he's got binoculars that he can just zoom in.
Yeah.
I think like after, have you guys watched Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
Probably. You know when P2's like looking at that guy's brain, she's got like those needles, and she's just like poking around.
Oh yeah, well right, the Chimera ant stuff.
Yeah, I kind of imagine it like a bit like that. Like he's gonna have his tinkerer's tools. He's gonna be tinkering around the brain, stimulating different parts.
It's frightening, but
Seems
okay.
Like the style.
So another violent convulsion will rack Umbra, and he'll say, may I be reunited with the brain now?
I'll go to the morgue, take the brain out of the morgue, and keep Umbra in the brig, but have the brain outside
Oh
Can you
my.
touch it?
with an outstretched hand.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, he lets out like a huge sigh and kind of like
Like,
relaxes.
it's, only like your fingertips probably could touch it. Like you're at a very far outstretched hand.
That's okay. It's as long as he can make contact with it, I think that's enough to
What's the brain been put in?
amniotic fluid.
Mayonnaise.
Amniotic fluid.
It's the first thing that came to mind. What else is a good preservative?
Mayonnaise.
You've got to put it in wine.
I think for the brain he would take.
Isn't it
the
vinegar
utmost
that you put?
care, so-
Vinegar.
Is it vinegar?
Amniotic fluid, Arthur. We don't need to go into how he siphoned it. I'm sure you can all imagine.
I'm pretty sure we
Yeah.
know why he's pursued. So it's in like a jar of amniotic fluid.
Yep.
Good to know. Kethra, how gentle are you being with that glass jar?
Oh my god, she's gonna go down if anything happens to that.
Cool. Just thinking. Carry on.
Jostled
So
about, I suppose.
when may I begin my work? I'm eager to redeem myself in your eyes, Captain.
We'll start in the morning.
Excellent.
I'll organise with Alarias and maybe Gruzeel. It's probably fair that you two can keep supervision over him.
Yeah, 2 eyes on him at all times.
Please, if you do come across any brains, please just give them to me.
You're the only one that I've ever met has asked that kind of request. So yeah.
I'll speak to Tiff.
Has he given consent?
What? It's gonna be...
Consent to what, Umbra?
Never mind. Very good, Captain.
Jeez.
Oh dear God.
Oh wow. Oh man. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll just relax. He's happy now. You know, he's got a thing to work towards in the morning. He's got his brain back, kind of.
As they leave and you really sort of look at your brain, you notice the amniotic fluid level is much lower.
Is there a leak? Oh my god.
Can't really tell.
This is serious. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I need to tap into a well of strength I didn't know I had.
Can
And-
you roll investigation?
Yeah.
Because you're looking for a leak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll
Tap into
investigation.
a well
Why?
of strength I didn't know I had.
Oh my god. I'll literally take a screenshot of this because I just typed this, but it was an nat 20. So
Okay, nat 20. I trust you.
I said
Okay,
need a
cool.
screenshot anyway. Just-
Okay, great. Natural 20. So,
Probably didn't want
as
to
you're
know.
looking around as best as you can, barely being able to move this thing,
Mhm.
it's not leaking,
Oh.
but there has been spillage.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
Is the brain in danger?
No, the brain is covered enough to still be preserved.
Huh.
I just wanted to see a heart go for a second.
I'm just
Um,
thinking, would he break out of the grave? He did like attend to the brain.
Okay, cool. So, Gruzeel, you're going for the crow's nest. Tim, you're going to bed.
Sulking, yes.
Alarias, you going to bed after that conversation?
Wait, what's the time of day?
It's sort of early morning. Basically, because you're anchored, I'm assuming you guys are just sort of starting your watch, but starting it later. That's
Yeah. No, he'll go to bed.
cool. Kethra, what are you doing?
I'm going to speak to Elena.
Oak. She is pacing sort of around the top deck. That's where you'll find her.
You got time for a word?
Of course, Captain. I've definitely got time for a word. How was the funeral?
There's one I haven't had in a while. But it was nice.
Yes, but he said he sang a song. He was quite pleased with himself.
It was special.
Good.
Come to my office.
Of course. She follows you.
So, I've got some relative good news for you, Elena.
Yes.
I've got an agreement with Umbra to work on a memory potion for you.
When you say that, her eyes widen, and her quite harsh, like tight lip just suddenly just drops. You can see her bottom lip is just gently quivering.
So she'll get out her notebook and rip out one of the back pages and it's like, I want you to write down, and hands her like the paper and say, I want you to write down as many of your symptoms as possible. Things that you've had, felt, anything, because from what happened to Tim, I have a feeling that Umbra's potion might not work straight away, and so anything that at least help and point to the cause as much as possible is gonna help him, I suppose.
She nods. V, of course. And she sort of puts her hand out for the paper and like a quill or a pen or something.
Yeah, she'll just wave to her desk and like take a seat.
Okay, so she rushes over and doesn't even sit down. She just leans over and starts puts ink on the quill, and then she sits over the paper, and then she stops. She's stuck for a minute.
I'll leave you to it, Elena. I won't put any pressure on the moment.
Thank you,
Just
Captain.
Just hand me the paper once you've done.
V.
I'll leave. And
Okay. As you shut the door, just like before, you just hear like slight murmuring of a sorrowful kind of cry. Are you going to bed, or are you going to?
I'll have a quick chat with Tiff to say any brains from any animals that you prepare, just slide it over to Umbra in his downstairs stuff.
Yeah, okay, whatever you want, Cap. Right, brain. I ain't had too much brain recently.
No,
Hey, I got the.
We've had fresh fish, like fished from things. So.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I got the guts, but I ain't separated nothing. I could probably do it in like next hour or so, though.
There's no rush, Tiff. Just the next time that you prepare to cook and you got a brain in that meal, or from that animal, or carcass, whatever it is, just give it to Umbra.
Radio Cap, on it. We'll do it, of course. Well, you know I got some time because I gotta prepare breakfast, but that breakfast is gonna take a while, and then this is gonna take a while, and then I gotta wait for the stew to order. Don't worry about it, Cap. I got it.
Thanks, Tiff. Then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Zipping around, blaring around. Okay. You'll sleep quite comfortably. Gruzeel, at the moment you realise your watch is done and you begin going down the rigging, you begin walking to the lower depths, you get a sense that the light has changed from the pale moon white to almost a pinkish red glow.
So I'm in the ship at this point.
You've literally just gone below decks.
And I can't. Can I see from any of the? Is there any holes in the side that I can look through from where without having to go all the way to the top?
When you look out the portholes and you look up at the moon, it's pale white, and you kind of look around and that colour's gone. You're not sure what it was.
do I? Probably no. I don't think I know anything that would. When he switches over to Alarias, he'll mention it to Alarias.
Alarias, when you wake up to a knock on your door from Gruzeel, from your porthole you can see that the pale white moon is now a red glow.
What the hell? Is that a usual thing? For the moon to be that colour at night?
So, there are times, and there have been moments in history where there are two moons that occur, and one is called the blood moon, which is a red moon, and the other one is called the ice moon, and it's a blue moon. They are very rare, and there's no distinct calendar day or month or anything of why they occur, but sometimes they do occur, and it has been known in tales and other such.
Yeah, I was going to
You
say,
would
is
know
there a
that.
myth of like it coming about and the end of the world, or do people insinuate like the end of the world with it, or what?
No immediate. Some people have said they've had dreams on nights of a blood moon and an ice moon. Some people have said that they've been visited by the devil, Davy himself. Some have said that their loved one has died from a faraway place during a blood moon. Some have said that during an ice moon a child's been born. Like there's many tales, many different folklore that you are aware of, but nothing is concrete.
Okay. So Gruzeel knocks on my door. I'll kind of get up and open the door. So Gruzeel, what's up?
Oh no, Mortiary, we gotta change for the shift, but this weird thing happened. Like, everything kind of went pink, but then I looked outside and it was fine. But thought it was worth mentioning. Just keep an eye out for anything that's pink.
It's funny you say that. I just saw something red, a red moon.
What? Where? Out what?
Outside the porthole. I'm guessing it's gone by the time I say that. Or is it
And when
still
you
there?
both look, it's a red moon.
Huh?
Oh,
Wow. Is that normal?
2 moons. I mean, this could be some sort of myth. There's a myth about blood and ice moon
There could
appearing.
be some kind of myth.
I see.
I don't know what's going on, Gruzeel. This could mean something. This could mean nothing.
Is it something to worry about?
I mean, did you have any strange dreams?
I mean, I haven't slept yet. That's kind of what I'm here for.
Well, if you do have any strange dreams, let me know.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Did
then-
you have any?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay.
I guess I'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright.
Gruzeel
So
will,
what? Yeah, switch round.
yeah, Gruzeel will go to sleep then.
Okay. Alarias, are you gonna also go to the crow's nest for your watch, or are you gonna stay on deck, or what's the plan?
No, I'll stay on the crow's nest. Yeah.
As you look out, it's almost beautiful, this blood moon, because every starlight, every reflection of the ocean is just a light dash of red mixed in with it. It's just a very different way of looking at the world. So it's almost entrancing. Could you roll a perception check?
Can. Don't think it's that good. 15.
Okay. Seems like a very calm night, fit for a funeral. Sort of nothing happening. Very calm and peaceful.
Okay.
Now, this night, for those I have messaged, is the night. And you know who of I speak. As you begin to wake up, dawn has come. The suns rise to an orange glow. Gruzeel, assumedly you are still asleep.
Mhm.
But the rest of you, you get awake. What are your plans for the day? I will say, Kethra, when you wake up, you notice a note slipped under the door to your captain's office. And scribbled on it are some symptoms.
I'll pick it up and I'll take it down to to Umbra.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Captain. I'm sure this will prove most useful in my experiments.
I'll also unlock you from the brig.
He will immediately put back on the satchel bag.
Well,
And-
I only took the brain out. The satchel bag's still in the maw.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, he'll pick up the brain then and cradle it.
Cuddle it tight.
Yep. And then he'll say, "I am most eager to begin my work. May I proceed? Did you acquire any specimens for me?"
At this very second, a blue blurb runs downstairs, slams down a bucket,
Whoa.
and then just puts his elbow on the edge of the bucket and sort of leans on and says, "Hey, brains, just like you asked for.
Thanks, Tiff.
So does this mean I get a raise or something? Like, this was really disgusting."
You get to continue as you are, Tiff.
This is the price.
Okay, wrong time to ask for a raise. Got it. Zooms off.
How long would it take you to prepare these potions? Do you think, Umbra?
Arthur? How long will it take me?
If I remember correctly, you could make
Is it one a week?
these
or something?
particular potions. You could make 2 to 3 a week
Okay.
of downtime comfortably. We also said that if like a week was interrupted, or you only had a couple days or a few days, depending on the complexity, it'd be 1 or 2. For this, I'd say it's probably 1.
One a week, you say?
One in like a couple of days if
Okay.
if downtime's interrupted and whatever.
Okay.
But in a week, you'll comfortably make 3. As you're making the same potion,
Mhm.
after the first few tries, I would say I would allow up to 4 a week. Because you're
Okay.
trying to do the same effect.
So what I'm going to do then, in that case, is I'm going to just focus on making 2 this week, so I won't worry about a third one.
Okay.
And I'll use the extra potion time to study the brains that I've got with me. That what's his name has provided to.
Tiff.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the plan for a week long of downtime. You probably don't have a week before next impactful thing as your meeting in the next few days, but you will be able to make 2 potions.
Okay. All right. Fine. And I'll have to put the bone tools on the side for now. So I only managed to make 1 before
did.
I was interrupted. So yeah, we'll just come back to that. So yeah. So that's what I'll do. And I guess you can message me the roles you want me to do if you like.
I will.
Okay.
When the time comes. Kethra, Alarias, and so.
Oh, sorry. I'll just move Umbra. So he'll go back to the morgue straight away.
Okay, he'll go back to the morgue straight away
And he'll begin work on that.
and start working on that. Okay. Tim, what are you doing?
I want to research these hands.
You want to research?
I don't know how I would research
These
these hands.
hands.
I know that a cleric should be able to cure it, but obviously I can't. I'm not powerful enough.
Well, Alarias, from his own supply of stuff, will have some books. Some general knowledge books.
Yes, I would like to slop up those books with my disgusting hands.
Well,
No, Umbra did offer to surgically remove them. You could,
No. No way.
Oh, Jesus.
He's not even a
I do think-
surgeon.
He No, yes, yeah. He would take the book, take them to the infirmary, get some privacy, and try to read up on, search and indexes for hand beaks.
Okay, could you do me a favour and do 2 checks for me? Could you do sleight of hand with disadvantage?
1 moment.
Wait, is he doing this while I'm on watch?
Well, you're on watch in the crow's nest, and assuming you can't
Well,
lock
no,
your
Elena
bedroom
would've,
from the other side.
20 minus 2.
True.
I
Yeah, I
do
know,
that.
but he would have woken up before Elena would have
So
gone
that
up
is
there because
a
of
0.
that's a 0.
It's a 0.
Right, you are fumbling to pick these books up. Absolutely fumbling. You're really trying your best, but it's just really hard with the whole hand mouth situation, because you got claws which you would usually pick up, but then you got this beak thing in the way, and you're just not quite sure.
Yeah.
Alarias, by the time you get back to your room, you see Tim fumbling trying to grab your
He's
books.
still there. Tim, what the fuck, man?
You
Could have just asked.
I think he would run, because he doesn't want to admit that he's lowering himself to Alarias' level.
Wow.
He would never seek answers from magic.
So that's how it's gonna be.
Of course. So, I mean, yes, he'll flee to the infirmary, I think.
Wow.
I think the infirmary's empty, by the way, at the moment, because Umbra took a lot of stuff.
The infirmary will just have the supplies it started with, which is
Yeah.
probably just like a couple of beds.
Did you take the table?
Yeah.
How dare you? You've taken everything from him.
Hey.
You got interrupted moving shit from the morgue, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I don't think you would have been able to grab the table by yourself.
I think because that would be like the first thing I take, because I need a workbench, and I need somewhere to put all my tools and brains
You
and
can
things.
use an empty barrel.
Did you leave the mayonnaise barrel?
I have the mayonnaise barrel, yeah.
Okay, good.
You can use an empty barrel as like a stand.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the things he would have taken, definitely the table, obviously the tools. Oh, and so it's basically the table and all of his.
Well,
stuff.
how big's the
Yeah.
table, though? Are you going to be able to carry it by yourself?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure you're going to be strong enough to take the table by yourself.
Where's your?
Or isn't it because it's on a ship? Isn't the table bolted down?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Probably.
Because like their beds would be to stop them moving.
Tim?
Mhm.
I didn't put the table there in the first place.
Oh, okay. So wait, where did it come from then?
Where did we get a table?
It was already.
It was. I will just say now. It's Tim's creative choice to have a table there. So my question is, Tim, is it bolted down?
I mean, surely, like, you don't want it moving around during surgery.
Yeah.
So you'd think
I
it'd
think
have
it would
to be.
I think it would be secured, but seeing as like, Umbra and Tim lovingly put this infirmary together, like Umbra would probably know how to get it off if he had the time.
Yeah. No. The main question I have really is, Umbra, I'm really sorry. You are not strong enough to take a table by yourself.
But yeah,
Funny, where's
because
your,
what,
Especially
what,
down those
How would
stairs.
you even
Could-
and like getting it around this corner as well?
Because I'm thinking as well, if
It's
it's
a
made out,
two-man
it's
job.
going to be made out of wood, and it has to fit a whole person on it. Like,
Where's
it's,
your strength thing, Sonny, that we used for the IRL one-shot stuff? Because it kind of had like the description, didn't it? of each
Oh,
band.
yes. Hang on, I
You can find that would be quite helpful. Because I mean, he's not strong, but it's like a table. I mean, even little kids can pick it. Well, I don't know. Depends what's on there.
Little kids can't pick up a full table, Haiss. That's not how it works.
What table are you thinking about? Jeez.
Right, was it okay? Yeah, I've got it. Strength of what?
I'm happy to abide by the strength banding description. So Umbra has a strength of 9.
9.
Yeah. What's
Has-
the description?
Has trouble lifting. Has trouble even lifting heavy objects.
What? Bullshit. I guess he can't lift it himself.
You can't lift it by yourself.
He'll go back and ask him for it later then.
You dare?
You you can fashion another table. With
You
I
could
can
comfortably
barrel
fashion another table with barrels and planks of wood.
Can I make a bone one?
Bone one? How?
It
What?
will take you a lot of time
I've
that you
been
do
saving
not
it.
have.
Alright,
But
yeah,
yes, you can fashion a bone one.
How would that
that'll
even?
that'll come later. He's put his bone stuff on pause. Alright, I'll just fashion a table for now.
So you can use like the ribs to make the surface and then smooth them down.
Just,
You'd have to do a lot of
the
bone
Yeah.
binding.
only thing I can think of is a massive like femur or something that you just like.
Oh, I've got a lot of bones, don't worry. I've got all the sanguine
He's,
bodies in here.
he's got a lot of bones.
Well, alright.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. For now, we're going to put that down as a long-term project. I'll fashion a temporary workstation, and when he's got Kethra's trust back, then I'll focus on my longer-term projects.
Wise. Right. So you're doing the potions. Tim, you've gone to the infirmary. There is a table there. There are beds there. The tools have been taken. The sahagin have been taken. The barrel of mayonnaise is still there.
So not much to work with, really.
Well, you know, enough for you for what you do as healing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man.
I mean,
I don't know.
would you not be just curling up and trying to read? Oh no, you didn't get the books, did you?
Yeah. When in doubt, pray.
Are you praying anything in particular, or are you just praying?
Please, God, take these hands from me before I drown in the mayonnaise.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Kethra, what are you doing with your morning again?
I suppose I would be technically until Alarias comes. I would be supervising Umbra because that's what we agreed. That someone would have to supervise.
Okay, so you will watch Umbra as he.
But the way I imagine doing it is like the door, like you have to keep the door open at all times. And I'm not actually in the room, but I'm like in line sight of the room.
Umbra's not. You won't even notice you're there, really. To be honest, I mean,
Should
he's got
probably
his
remove
project
the
now.
door. Probably easier.
But I want to lock it after when he's not using it.
Oh, okay.
So you see that Umbra is like getting his workshop set up essentially, and it's almost quite methodical the way he's done it. Like he's setting up his table, getting his equipment ready, everything's sort of being put in its place. He's organizing his area ready for focused work.
He's also whispering to himself. Occasionally he'll kind of speak to the brain and then like kind of carry on talking to himself.
Fair.
Good.
But yeah, he's fully focused on his project now, so yeah, he'll just be doing that.
Okay. Then so Barry will be doing the rigging. Tim, you're crying. You're praying. Alarias, what are you doing? So you've just got down. You've just seen what Tim's doing. Was trying to do with your books.
It's not locked, is it?
What's not locked?
I've forgotten the name for it. The infirmary.
No.
Tempted just to bust my way in.
There's no doorknob on it
I
anymore.
was gonna say, yeah,
so-
didn't
there's
Umbra take the doorknob?
on it. You removed the doorknob.
There's like a
Speaking
hole
of
to go through
Umbra,
the
do
door.
you put the doorknob on the morgue?
No, I'm carrying it around with me for now. I think we've got to build back up to the doorknob.
I agree.
You would never be allowed the doorknob.
Imagine him like putting it on a chain and just having it around his neck wherever he goes.
I mean, I'm kind of.
That actually makes more sense, to be perfectly honest.
To be honest, I was kind of thinking of making like like a bell type thing, so people press it when they come in, but it will just make that noise instead.
Oh man.
Nice mistake. Artificer. Carry on. So, Alarias, you want to go into the
knock on the
infirmary?
door. I'm gonna knock on the door, see if Tim's in there.
Okay, you're mid-pray, Tim, and you hear a knock at the door. The knock at the door.
He tries to ignore it and continue praying.
A response, Alarias.
I'll just say, Tim, Turtle Man, you in there?
You could probably look through the hole that the doorknob was in.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's an infirmary. I don't know what he could be doing in there.
What infirmaries have you gone to?
To be fair, so far, Alarias has walked into one infirmary once, and in that one situation,
Never
it's
again.
been awful.
How would Tim respond?
Enter! It's not as if I can sink any lower.
Wow.
Okay, he'll go in and. Oh, sorry, Tim. Did I interrupt something?
No,
No. Oh, yeah.
no, just prayers falling on deaf ears.
What are you praying about?
What do you think? Look at me.
Wait, yeah, but is this my first time seeing the hands?
Ah!
I think so.
No,
I mean, they would have been at the funeral.
no, you would have seen them.
Yeah, no, I would have. Yeah. It's pretty disgusting. Like.
Yes, they're all talking about me, calling me a beast, no doubt.
Yeah, you were cursed. Like. Yeah. Cursed,
Yes,
man.
and it was Umbra's doing.
Coming in as a turtle now. Jeez.
Yes,
Hands on your hands.
to think I trusted him.
It's gonna take a long time to regain that trust.
Yes, yes.
But what do you need the books for?
I-
think they can help.
Yeah, well, yes, I suppose. I believe removing these hands to be beyond my means, you see. I thought I might have to dabble in some dark arts.
My kind of magic isn't that dark, so.
Well,
Okay, you have your own opinions.
yes, I do. It makes me want to vomit.
Wow, okay. That's just.
Ask him where he'd vomit out of.
You're not there.
Oh, it'd definitely be a thing Gruzeel would ask, though.
Just imagine my Italian on your shoulder or something.
How do you intend to help, or did you just come here to mock me?
Bit of both, really.
Ah! Be gone!
Oh my god.
Okay, Tim. Give me. I'll look into this and see if I can help you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I won't make any promises, but
Oh,
I feel a bit sorry for you, if I'm honest.
thank you. Genuine kindness from one of your sort.
Okay.
Perhaps
I'm
you are
gonna
not
help you,
total
buddy.
scum after all.
Jesus. Be careful what you say next, Tim.
I'm finished, don't you worry.
Okay.
Sir,
Oh man.
Tim seems to have perked up, and now it's just giving you sort of a creepy grin.
Which mouth?
It's all three of them, that's why it's
All of
creepy.
them, yeah.
We might have to put Tim down. Too much.
I don't know what magic would go get rid of that. Might need another
Depends if you,
potion.
depends if you
I
think it's
tell
like
you,
a,
man, you're gonna have to go back to Umbra.
I think it depends whether you think it's like a curse or a disease or
Do you want to do an
I-
Arcana check? Or
Yeah,
a Medicine
what-
check?
yeah,
It's impossible.
I'll allow you to do either.
do an Arcana.
Summon
I
up.
think, I
Summon
think
up.
we established lesser restoration would do it.
Nah, Lesser Restoration's quite weak, like diseases and stuff.
You
Remove
did not.
curse.
I got 24.
Just remove curse. You need to remove the curse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because that's what Saskia found.
While you're there,
Before.
because you know that's such a good bloody
Yeah.
roll. You also think, you know what, his age could probably be helped by a lesser restoration or a greater restoration.
Ah, I was getting confused.
Okay.
I'll
Interesting.
just specify that now.
Okay, don't be too bogged down. You've got options. We've got options.
Really?
Yeah. It's not looking too grey.
Oh, this is wonderful news.
Yeah. We'll get you back to normal soon enough, Tim. Don't worry.
My friend, you've given me hope.
That's good.
Yeah,
Would you like to grab a drink?
Are you in a good position to take a drink?
It's cause for celebration. You
I mean,
will
we're not
restore my
there yet.
hands.
We're not there yet. I'll say.
I suppose I shall go alone.
Be my guest. It is like morning. Don't particularly want to drink in the morning. Yeah, I think Alarias probably go after that.
Okay. So you guys get on with your general day to day. Gruzeel, you wake up slightly later in the morning.
So as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna be you'll. I think probably everyone will hear this. You'll just hear this. Alarias! Just running through the ship.
What? What the fuck? What did he say?
Okay,
Alarias.
wherever I am, I'll run to that.
I think
Gruzeel.
Tim being in the mess hall would probably go to investigate as well.
I don't know how far I get until you. I don't know because I don't know where did you go?
I was by the infirmary, so I'd be right next.
Where's your thing
Thing.
gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
things like that. There you go.
Oh, and as soon as he comes up to Alarias,
Everyone will hear this, by the way.
yeah, he'll basically open up his top at you, almost Superman style,
What the?
and you'll see I think it was a black thumbprint, a massive one on his chest. It don't come off! It doesn't come off! It's not coming off! You're fucking weird red moon shit!
That was the red moon. You
Gruzeel.
woke up like that.
Sorry, Gruzeel, while we're here, can you remove the charred iron metal rod from your equipment, please?
Ooh. Okay.
Well, I was going to give you a Navarite.
You never know. Just trying it. This demon came and wait a minute. What did he say? He just laughed at me, and then he put his thumb on me, and he took my metal.
What metal?
Remember the metal he took from Aramil? I put it in my room,
That-
and I woke
that
up,
bloody
and it was
dude.
gone.
That dude's caused us more pain than he has good.
Oh, how do you fix this?
Can't wash it off, can you?
No,
Do you feel
I
any
mean-
different?
I don't think so. No, it's just a mark, basically, as far as I've got on my notes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do an Arcana check.
I'll just say now, Gruzeel, you don't feel any different. Yeah, Alarias, roll for me an Arcana.
Oh, I think
check.
I knew what it was. I think I rolled. I think I knew what it was.
You knew what type
What type of
the
thing
was
is?
talking
Yeah.
to you, based
Yeah.
on Chrysia knowledge.
Yeah.
What it was.
Do you? It was a Baylor. I've known them from my world.
None of you
heard of
have
that.
heard of a Baylor in your entire life.
Mmm.
I mean, that doesn't sound very menacing, Sonny.
Oh, it's like, imagine this massive demon with wings. He's got like a fire sword and an electric whip, and it breathes fire, and it's generally not very nice. It's like
It sounds made up.
it's like a manifestation of fire and shadows and weapons and wings.
Can Tim? Who else is there? Sorry.
Alarias?
I would have. I'm least at the bottom of the stairs, trying to keep an eye on Umbra, and
Umbra has not moved from the walk.
No, I didn't expect you to.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on the bottom of the stairs, so I can need to hear you guys.
Can Tim, Alarias, and Kethra all make religion checks?
I got 19 for Arcana.
19 for Arcana. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
16.
Ooh.
12.
22.
Okay. Tim, what he's describing sounds a lot like a demon.
Yep.
Slightly more chaotic than devils, as Joylif has taught you. Also taught that demons tend to be slaves to devils. So it's interesting that Gruzeel's talking about one so powerful
Mm.
in your eyes. Joylif's teachings have always said to stay away from them. Kethra,
Oh.
in mentions of the ferrymen,
Mhm.
of when one dies, there's some descriptions of one of the ferrymen is very similar to that. But you can't quite remember which one.
I'm guessing the third one.
I can't remember which the third one was when I first played.
It's Davy Jones' locker, so it's the third one.
Locker. Yes. Oh, okay, right.
I'm guessing. It's
And Alarias.
Yep.
Sounds an awful lot like Locker. Locker, you know, is the demon prince. Sorry, not the demon prince, the demon king. He has demon captains, and he is a very, very powerful and very evil being. He is in servitude to Davy and Jones, but nobody knows why. And there's a fragment of your teachings, and this is back from like school days of like religion lessons and whatever, when they try to expand your knowledge on everything. This is back in like deep lore of the world, that because of his servitude he too became a ferryman, but it is rumored that his demon captains are sent to do his bidding in the material plane, getting up to mischief and causing all sorts of terrible things. You will also have a memory of when... Oh wait, no, I'm getting that fact wrong. Scratch that.
You're getting your own law wrong, bruh.
Yeah, no, not getting my own law wrong, getting what's happened wrong. Kethra,
Hello.
mention of demon reminds you that the monster hunter that you aided in capturing the nightmare mentioned a demon captains going after the artifacts in a private conversation with Bloodbeard.
Mhm. Which we steered away from. We haven't touched any artifacts. That
Nope,
was no
you haven't
knowledge.
touched any artifacts.
Oh.
And
The sword that Bloodbeard and stuff went after was
an
part of
artifact.
artifact.
And you remember them mentioning Zoro a lot and Kenshima a lot.
Yeah, Zoro. I think Zoro is like part demon then.
Hey.
Yeah,
Could be one of them, you know. You could be Davy or Jones. You never know.
Wow. Okay.
Don't give Zoro too much credence.
Or it could be one of
He
Locker's
was a lazy
minions.
shit.
Could be one of Locker's minions. You never know.
Not knowing
But yeah,
anything.
that's about the extent to all you know. You also know that all these names are fake, and that if you learn the true name of a devil or a demon, they're bound to you.
Ooh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Geraldine.
I thought it was just Baylor.
Baylor the Baylor.
Yeah, no one would ever know it. No one would ever guess it.
No one will ever figure it out.
Yeah.
No, okay. No, but don't mind me.
You just shouting that randomly.
Yeah, I just said Geraldine out loud from the bottom of the stairs.
Oh shit, the
You
cat.
all hear Geraldine from downstairs.
So what? What am I supposed to do with this?
You've been marked, my son.
But
Oh,
why?
sorry, yeah, the Arcana check.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just realised.
19, man.
You know that this is a mark. Now, as to all pirate lore, black marks are not good.
Great.
You're not sure about this one, as you never went into the depths of religion or religious knowledge. But this is a magical mark, and no soap, no scrub, no burning, no scarring will take it away. But you're not sure what it's for. Could be tracking, could be something else, could be a gift, could be a curse, you're not sure.
I've never heard of anyone removing it before, so I don't know why.
You have never had any interaction nor had any knowledge of someone receiving a demon mark, but you know that black marks generally are not good.
Not gonna lie to you, Gruzeel. You're in a pretty bad situation. You've been marked by a demon, and things aren't looking too good for you.
Well, how do I get unmarked?
I don't know. Unless you can figure out the true name of the demon, we might be able to summon him or his captains. I've only heard myths of him.
Maybe his real name's a Baylor.
Could be linked.
Because that's what they were called. That's what they called on Chrysia.
The same might not apply here, though.
I suppose all I should do is just, like, keep my clothes on, so no one can see it, and they can't
Yeah,
find
you're
it.
gonna freak people out with that black mark.
Yeah. Shame I'm not a black dragon, eh? Huh? Huh?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Maybe Bloodbeard might know something, because he definitely spoke about demons.
But,
I've heard him speak about demons before.
would he, like, try to kill me or something?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to make you his bitch.
Oh,
I don't know. This could be. I mean.
that doesn't sound like a promise, like a interesting proposition.
No, I don't think it's gonna end well.
Should I tell the captain?
Yeah, I think.
Down
I
here, I
think
can already hear it.
Oh, that saves me a conversation.
What you got on your chest, Gruzeel?
He's gonna go. He's gonna go to the top of the stairs and just open his shirt out again.
Oh, it's hideous.
Says the UP cans.
Gruzeel, as you're walking to the stairs, you can see peering around the corner is Berry, and out of the kitchen is Tiff, and from from behind Berry you can see Elena just poking her head through.
Oh dear. If I did shout really loud. And the thing is, he's probably not this. He probably wouldn't even realise, and when he sort of heard them, he would have turned while they still like got his shirt open. It's like, huh? Oh.
When you turn, they all scamper out of the room and they're upstairs and everything.
And then,
Gruzeel, put yourself away.
oh, okay. We wanted to see it. It's easier to, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do with it?
Tim,
Yes.
you're on the side of a good god, right?
Yes.
There you go, Gruzeel. Ask Tim.
Just go right into Tim's face. Tell me if there's anything I could do with it.
Conceal it.
Well, I've just done the buttons, so that should do it.
Yes, out of sight, out of mind, as they say.
Works for me. I should stay away from mirrors, I guess.
Let me consult my tomes and let you know.
Okie dokie then. I look forward to hearing from you, Tim.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go have some breakfast. And
Okay.
he's gonna walk off?
So,
Oh, I have lesser restoration. Can I
Do you?
de-age myself?
let us see.
The age-old term of "you can try."
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
I don't know if I want to.
I always forget Tim's really young because you've been doing that voice for so long now.
Yeah, he's like a child.
Do you remember Tim's old voice?
No.
Fantastic.
It's a bit like Alien Mr. Burns, I think. That's what it was based on, definitely.
Let's see.
It reminded me of something, but I don't think it was that.
I bring you love.
Something like that.
Yeah,
That's
something
the
like
new
that.
voice.
That's the new. Yeah. Well,
That's
it's-
good,
it's- that's why we have recordings.
Yeah. Have to study.
Do you want to try lesser restoration on yourself?
I mean, he's not thinking about that right now. I was just looking for my spells to
Okay.
see if I had anything for Sunny. But I mean, yeah, but by ceremony won't do anything. So it would be praying to Joy Lift for guidance on how to lift both their curses, I suppose.
Okay, so can you roll religion?
Yep.
Just want to see like how much effort you put into like ceremony,
6.
like 6.
You need new dice, man.
It's roll 20.
Stop, you got
You need actual dice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You listen for a laugh, a hum, a whisper. Nothing.
God is dead.
You feel a small sense of being abandoned.
Probably because you can't put your palms together because of the
I had it
beaks.
coming. Yeah.
You're trying really, really hard. And there is a flicker. And you hear a little peaceful voice. Keep going. That's all it can say. That's all it does say. And the voice is gone.
Okay.
Is there anything anybody else would like to do?
I think I'll probably just do normal duties. I can't think of anything else. I think. Well, I need to relay with the captain about these duties because I don't know about the fact that I've got to keep an eye on Umbra.
It's on my to-do list.
Oh, okay.
But at the moment, I am not keeping an eye on Umbra until Alarias comes down. So
Okay.
Okay, I'll calm down.
I think until I'm told that, I think he'll just do his usual, just normal duties. I think I can't really think of anything else that he'd be doing.
Cool. So, Alarias, do you take over from Kethra?
Yeah. I will.
Okay. You are now watching Umbra. Umbra is working away, completely in the zone, looking creepy as shit, whispering as creepy as shit. As per, it's normal now. You're used to it.
But I'd say before you swap over to I'd say, Alarias, feel free to do whatever you need to do. Just make sure that Umbra's on task.
Alright.
And I'm not doing any of this other shit.
I mean, Alarias, this kind of works for you because this gives you a chance to check like the main hull, your stocks, how the brig's holding up, how like most of the lower deck is holding up.
Wait, where's the morgue? So it's a closed off room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't really check on him if I'm.
The door is
door's
open.
open.
Oh, okay. But even if I leave the room, it's a bit of a risk.
No, that's fine. No, that's what Kethra said.
You can still
Okay.
see him from most of the hallway, the top side of the brig in most cases. The 2 rooms above him. It's just when you get to like the top, very top stern, I think. God, I can't remember any part of a ship.
I can never remember the front and the back. I can remember the left and the right, but that's about it.
That's
There's the
stern.
bow and the stern. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Just,
Back's the stern.
Yeah, point is,
Yeah. He can go around investigating then.
you can go around some other stuff as well. Get on with some of your duties. Tim, after hearing that prayer, is there anything else you want to do?
Drink. He's gonna get lit in the mess hall for a while.
Okay, cool. Tiff is just going to keep hitting you with rounds after a
I've
while.
got the alchemy jug.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I'd go to that. Go for that first. Don't want to deplete our supplies.
Good idea. And everybody else is just getting on with their regular duties.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna speak to Gruzeel quickly.
Yep. Speak to Gruzeel.
So, spread the. Okay, we got to do. So,
Hi, Captain.
just so you know. Just so you know, Gruzeel,
Huh.
Umbra's got a task. He's currently making a memory potion to help one of our crew members with their memory, and maybe Alarias if it works.
Is it really wise to get him making more potions?
Well, here's what's going to happen with it. So just so you know, Alarias was there as well, so he knows as well. So essentially, what's going to happen is Umbra's going to make 2 potions of the same kind. He's going to have one, and I'm going to have the other.
That doesn't sound safe. I mean,
It's
you're
a safe-
you're our captain. Should you really be taking? Without you, this ship goes down.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Gruzeel. I appreciate it. But I just feel that it's important that we can't let what happened to Tim happen again, and I can't ask any of you to do it. So it's my burden to bear.
Captain, I can't let you do that.
Tough, because you are. Captain's orders.
How? What if I volunteer myself to take your place? I'm a green dragon. We don't. Poison doesn't really work on us.
It's not. You're kind of the wrong physiology for the crew member intended.
Does it really?
They're not a Dragonborn either, so we want to keep the effects to the same race at least.
But it should be. But I'm the more expendable. I'm not even from this world.
We want to take you back to your world, Gruzeel. You need to get back to your world as well.
That may be the case, but you are the captain. You are the least expendable person.
I'm the most expendable. You can just vote for another one.
No. We voted you as captain to lead this crew, not to sacrifice yourself on one of Umbra's potions.
But Umbra's taking the first potion first, so if anything happens to him first.
What, and you trust Umbra to make 2 different potions? To make
The same potion.
2 same potions.
And that's why it's on you and Alarias to keep supervision on him. I'd say take it in turns, so that the load isn't on both of you all at once. But just, we'll share the load out of all of us, but because most of my stuff's going to be up here sailing the ship and stuff, it's just easier to, if you and Alarias are more going to be at below decks than I am. But we will try and rotate it around, so we all know. The main thing is try and keep Umbra on task for the memory potion.
Is it?
That's it.
Surely there must be a better way.
Well, according to Umbra, he needs experiments, or people to experiment on, or things to experiment on. He's currently got a whole bunch of fish brains from Tiff. And I suppose if we capture anything that's worthy of being experimented on.
So it doesn't have to be people.
Doesn't have to be people. Anything, as long as it's worth, it's bad essentially. I think that's fair. If it's a bad thing, then you can experiment on it. Or at least can't. We can discuss what's worth being experimented on. But essentially, if it's at the moment it's Umbra and then me, only for this though. And then after that.
I mean, I had an idea. I mean, they're not really bad though. And he's going to hold up his little bag, his bag of tricks. I've got an indefinite animals we can kind of use.
True.
And they've got brains, I assume. I didn't really look.
I don't know, because why don't you ask Umbra to see what he says? Because he's the one making the potion.
Alright.
Because at the moment, if it's a memory potion, it's hard to. We need to be able to know if the memory potion is working. So, because at least I can talk and Umbra can talk to know if the memory potion worked. If it's an animal, how do we know if it's?
It vanishes when it's reduced to 0 hit points. So I suppose if you extract the brain.
I think that would be 0 hit points.
Yeah.
No, but you can give the potion to the animal.
Potion-wise, yeah. I mean, potions it should work.
You could remove the brain and it would still be alive.
No.
No.
I mean, the potion thing
No?
would work though. If you feed it the
Umbra's
potion,
not
if it
that
doesn't
skilled.
explode, you know that you've at least passed that test.
I mean, Umbra could use them to feed the potion to. It saves Kethra and I.
Yeah, and like if it grows like extra limbs and stuff on that, then you know it's not going to be.
But the question is, because of memory, how do we know
It's
that the memory has?
well, I was thinking
thing
more.
has
I was
worked.
thinking more like. At first
Side
off,
effects.
side effects. Eliminate all side effects first.
Oh,
Like,
that's
if
great.
your head explodes because you've just drank a potion, better that to do on an animal than a person. At least, if the animals drink the potion, and nothing happens to them, then it's sort of the first phase is clear, basically.
Speak to Umbra, and get that sorted. Maybe he can make 3 potions, and one potion.
You know
can
what?
go
It's
to...
actually not a bad idea because I can make 3 different potions, test each one, see what happens to the animals, and I can make another batch of 3, and then.
Yeah, you'll get through them way faster, and then once you have one that doesn't outright kill them, then it should be
I
fine.
mean, I'm assuming Umbra will be able to kind of somehow monitor,
Because I can do 3 a
to-
day.
or something.
I can do 3 animals a day,
Oh, my limit's 3 a week.
so it should be easy enough.
You're well above my capacity.
Yeah. So yeah.
You'd, Umbra, you would be able to, like, animal experimentation is not completely out of the remit of your experience. You would be able to monitor the animal, and yeah, as discussion is going on, the only thing you'd have trouble with is figuring out if it actually regained any memories at all. One thing I will say is if someone had something like speak with animals or telepathy or something along those lines, maybe they could gauge something.
Could probably
I'm
make
a fire.
potion with that.
Yeah, I don't have anything
It's
like
not
that.
my job.
Can Tim
I might be
do
able to
it?
get it at some point.
Yeah, I don't have it at the moment, unfortunately. Might get it for the future though. That might be an interesting. But then I only have, maybe.
I mean, we've got some time because I guarantee. Well, unless I get quite lucky, I think the first few are going to have hideous side effects.
Probably.
So-
Well, I
You
think
don't know that.
I think Gruzeel will come down to Umbra next, and discuss that with him. We don't really necessarily need to do it all,
Mhm.
but we
Yeah,
can
if
we can agree that that's because we're just going to repeat the same thing we just said now. And we can just agree that's what we do. Just let me know when you'd like me to pass over the animals. Bear in mind, I can't really control which animal that comes out, so you know.
What are the options?
Well, I don't
know.
I don't know.
You only know what you've had.
Yeah.
You've had a giant badger.
Yeah, I've had a badger, I've had an elk,
Yeah.
and a smaller badger. That's about it, really.
That's all you know about.
Do they have fully formed nervous systems?
I mean, they feel pain, I suppose.
Do they? Yes.
I think so. They made a noise when they got hit.
Perhaps you could summon one for me now, just to see it in action.
All right then. I mean, how big is this room? I mean, would a giant elk fit in this room?
A giant elk will not fit in that room. A giant elk will, through capacity of magic growth from a bag, break a wall.
Okay, maybe we should do it in like the main area, because if it's one of the bigger ones, I don't want to break your very nice morgue.
Yes, I would appreciate that. Please. Umbra will kind of usher you out into
Yeah. We'll come out
open
here.
space.
Yeah, we'll come out here. Right, I'll pull one out. Roll a d8. It's a 4. It's a boar.
Is it aggressive?
No. I chill. And there you go. It's relaxed. It doesn't actually say, like, I can't... You know, like with some charm stuff, that if you give them a suicidal thing, they won't do it. There's no such word on
Wow,
here.
okay.
I don't think it says that at all.
No.
Most impressive. Will he remain still?
As long as I tell him to, yes.
Could you please instruct him to remain still?
Stay.
Umbra's
Oh,
It sits there. It literally sits down and looks at you, kind of tilts its head like a dog.
okay. Umbra's gonna slowly advance on it, and he's gonna reach into his satchel and pull out a sickle and some vials.
Oh,
But then
wow.
you'll kind of pause for a moment and then turn back to Gruzeel and say, you have been most helpful. You may retire now if you wish.
Okay. And he'll just walk off. Oh, wait, no, he can't. Oh, I can't. I have to supervise you.
Perhaps you should avert your gaze.
You ask why.
Umbra, I am a hunter. There's nothing you can do to an animal I have not already. Apart from the weird, creepy shit.
whoa.
There's no sex things going on between me and animals.
No, this is purely for science.
That's fine. And he'll stay.
I was asking why.
I'll tell you what. I'll take out my hunting knife. Let me know if you need a hand.
That might be necessary.
This is a weird bonding exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really nice moment, actually.
I mean, this is the nicest twisted moment I've ever seen.
I mean, basically what Umbra was planning on doing is opening it up. Like, he'll do it like surgically so that the animal doesn't die. And he's gonna basically try and trigger like different stimuli in the animal.
Are you gonna knock it out? Like, how? What's the plan here?
No, he needs to see how it reacts to know, like, study its like reactions and stuff. He's basically.
Because the thing is, each
testing-
one's a different animal. Like, even if I summoned a different boar, another boar, it'd be a different boar.
So what I'm just
Sonny,
trying to get at
Sonny,
is, like,
Sonny.
how accurate a recreation is this animal? He's not convinced. So
Sonny, help me out with the wording of the spell quickly. So 0 HP, it disappears.
Yeah, when a creature vanishes at the next dawn, or when it is reduced to 0 hit points.
you'll be very careful that it doesn't bleed out.
And on top of that, another question.
Yeah.
It follows your command.
Right. So that part.
Implicitly.
The creature is friendly to you and your companions, and it acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what. To give it general orders such as attack your enemies. In absence of any such order, the creature acts in fashion appropriate to its nature. So my general order was to relax and stay.
Relax and stay. Okay.
And there's like I said, this is the thing. Is like there's nothing in here that says if it's suicidal
No. Yeah.
to not do
I-
it. So
I would just like to point
unless
out.
there's a thing in the book or something that expands on what Beyond's telling me, but that's all Beyond is telling me.
I'd also like to point out I googled disembowelment, and they can survive for several hours with several major organs.
I don't want to know what you just searched for that. And the thing is, I was checking, like, is it like a fae? Because you know when you summon creatures,
Yeah,
they're like a
yeah,
fae, but
yeah.
it says nothing to that effect.
Just roll the damn check. Roll survival.
Where are you doing this? Just on the ground floor?
I mean, this is a bore, so we could move it to the morgue, I suppose. We could. I
yeah,
could tell
he'll
it to.
take
I
it-
could tell it to move to the. Move to the morgue
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll.
because it's small enough. Because the only.
It's gonna be a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, that risk was gone now. Of
Yeah.
we got the we got the dunny. We can drain it all out.
Control, like.
It's just following you. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll go wherever you want me to go.
Excellent. So over the course of the next two
Oh,
hours,
my word.
Umbra's gonna basically methodically and surgically, he's gonna basically try and trigger as many different stimuli as he can and make several insertions. He's gonna remove several organs and then pause to take like notes.
The worst.
At
The
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 first incision and every nerve twitch you do, there is a like a really quick squeal, but then it tries to listen to its master almost immediately and just tries its best to relax and just take it.
Umbra's gonna lean in with his notebook.
It's like this is like yeah.
Fascinating.
Can you please roll for me?
Oh my god.
Sleight of hand.
That's a good pick.
Me sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Is it gonna run?
No, I don't know.
Have you got-
Oh,
I suppose it's like how good you are at the stimuli and not like.
No, my sleight of hand check is for good
I've got
reason.
base 16.
Sleight of hand and medicine, I want those two.
Okay, sleight of hand is 16.
Yep.
Medicine. Do I get advantage for this because it's like?
I'll
know,
give you
it's-
advantage because
Okay, I asked
know
because
what
my
you're
first roll was really bad. 14.
no, I'm giving you advantage because you would have done this before,
Okay. Yeah,
which
many,
is
many,
worrying in itself. But
many times.
That's some
14.
artistic skill, man.
So 16 and 14.
16 and 14.
That's Dom, isn't it?
That is
Has to be
Dom. That's got to be Dom.
The animal
You're getting better at.
survives.
You're getting better at drawing in Roll20.
We all know the infamous Haiss ghost.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely a ghost.
The animal, the boar, survives prolonged torture. It bleeds, not quite profusely enough to die quickly, but enough to be hurtful.
Doesn't deserve this treatment.
Even I feel a bit bad, but I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
I'm trying to think how Gruzeel's taking this, but like Gruzeel's a hunter. Like,
Yeah,
What
but
was
he
that?
sh-
Why Umbra wants to do this? God damn it!
well, he
You've-
figures it's for the purpose of curing your crew member, so that's
you've
all he needs to know.
comfortably-
With us, Umbra, don't assume.
Umbra, you've comfortably figured
Why
out
assume?
nerve endings and
Don't
what
trust the fucker.
what causes twitches and what causes other things. Move on to the brain.
Oh god.
You begin prodding, poking, little nudges and pulls and twitches to see what happens. Though you thought a boar could not have many facial expressions, you find out actually it can. You find parts of the brain where it twitches a lot of its body, and then eventually you find the hypodermis, and you twitch it, and nothing actually moves for a second.
Mhm.
You see its eyes are wide, and it's still alive. You can see everything's still beating.
Mhm.
And you sort of begin twitching again, and a little bit more, and then you sort of see, oh, I see. It's seeing things. Like as you're twitching it, you're pushing
Ah.
things. You're pushing buttons almost.
Mm. Okay.
And then
okay.
eventually, you hit something. It squeals real loud, and it starts clambering up Can you roll a dex save?
Has it like snapped? Dex save.
I will mention, by the way, while you're doing that, is Gruzeel is making mental notes because, and his reasoning for this, if he ever comes across like some kind of mutated boar or a boar person or any boar-based monster, he figures the same thing is applied. You see what I mean?
Yep, I get you meaning.
Yeah.
Similar anatomy.
Yeah.
Just a 10.
Just a 10. Okay. You take 6 piercing damage from his tusk.
Okay. Gruzeel.
And then the boar immediately dies.
I mean, I guess that's the risk of the job, really. I'm I'm actually amazed that it stood there for as long as it did.
It's truly a gift from above. Gruzeel, I require 3 animals each day to be sent here.
A day?
Yes.
Alright.
You demand.
I mean, I kind of would like to keep one, just in case, for defense purposes. If we get attacked, they are quite useful in a fight. You see, as you can tell by the gaping hole in you. So I think I should keep one aside. So I think sticking with 2 for now anyway.
Perhaps we could stick with us one. I must be careful not to let my enthusiasm run away with itself.
Oh yes, there's only so many holes you can take, really.
Well, there's always experiments to try, but
He says bleeding.
Because he doesn't seem to be reacting to the bleeding.
His 6 damage is a lot.
You've literally got like a dead boar kind of hanging out of you right now.
Guys, he's like in trance. This is like a big moment for Umbra. Okay, he's thinking about the possibilities there. He's not worried about a little pain.
You may want to get that checked though. You don't want it to get, infected. You might want to go talk to Tim.
Perhaps I will. I'm most grateful to you, Gruzeel. If you ever require a brew,
not from you, no.
Of course.
It's fine. I'll take my drinks from Tiff.
Could we agree on a singular animal each day? If you could send it down here, that would be.
Well, I might as well just do it. When it's my turn to watch you. You see.
Very good.
Because it's a learning experience for both of us, you see. I feel if we came across, like, a boar-based thing, I know a bit more about his anatomy,
Are you interested in anatomy as well?
Mostly of, like monsters and things like that.
It was...
And the beasts of the world. That kind of thing.
There's much more I could teach you, Gruzeel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I've got some time. How about we have a sit down? I can get some drinks in. Well, let's share notes, because I tell you what, Umbra, I am an encyclopedia.
I have many things to teach you.
Fade to black.
Of all the bromances, I never saw this one coming.
I never did either. Oh my god.
Okay, is everybody else just doing their regular duties on with the day kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's say that,
I'd like to ask Gruzeel one more thing quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Gruzeel, when next will I see you?
Whenever the captain allows.
Oh my god.
Perhaps you could if I hope I'm not presuming too much, but if extra shifts could be arranged.
Well, you see, I have a lot of duties, but if I'm in the area, I'll pop my head in.
Please feel free to trouble me at any time. I often work quite late.
I will say that what likely will happen is that at night, Umbra will be locked into the brig again.
So the brig, it's pretty harsh. You could just leave him in the morgue, because he'll probably
You need
carry
to-
on working overnight.
That's the thing. You need to. We want you under supervision.
Oh yeah, we'll all be asleep.
I mean, it's up to you, but I think it's pretty harsh.
That's until we have trust. You have that's part of the rule that we got.
I mean, it wasn't really discussed with Umbra, so I mean, we can see what happens in the evening.
That-
Is Umbra gonna fight back if the captain comes down and drags him to the brig?
I don't know. Let's see.
Next time on Pirate Adventures.
Oh, 10. Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck me.
Alright.
Okay, well, what we're going to say is people are going to carry on with their duties for the rest of the day, assumedly.
Yeah.
If anyone has anything else they want to mention?
No.
Tim's drinking until told otherwise.
Tim's drinking till the whole otherwise. Kethra, anything else you wanted to get done today?
No, apart from locking Umbra back in the brig.
Apart from attempting to knock on. We'll start that next session, I guess. Alarias?
No, all good.
Okay. Next time on Pirate Adventures, will we ever get to this prison break? Will Umbra ever be easy to deal with?
Hey, he's making
No.
No.
Will I ever get over what I just imaginedly saw? Tune in next time on Pirate Adventures.
bread.